Hey, what is up everyone? George the Remote Seller here, coming to you with another live product research video where I pretty much go through an entire price list and find what's profitable in as little time as possible. And normally these types of things take many hours to do, and I usually do them within 20-40 minutes because I'm using a kick-ass software. Okay, so one thing I want to address, the way I title these videos, I usually say X amount of profit, like $15,000 worth of profit found in 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever I say. Now, I know that seems a bit far-fetched, but what actually happens? Obviously, the profit is made over the next month or month and a half of sales, yes, but the work is done now. For me personally, when I buy products, the only work I really do is the product research phase, because I have my product sent to my prep center. My prep center prepares the items. Then they send it off to Amazon. The stock hits Amazon and it starts selling. So technically the work that I did was during the period where I did the actual product research and I had to find the products. So that's the work I do. So that's why I focus so much on the product research phase as opposed to everything else, because everything else is pretty much automated on my part. All I really do after the product hits Amazon shelves, the Amazon warehouse, the FC, is I just really just watch things over, just maintenance, see what's going on. I just make sure the sales are happening, and maybe better repricing. I monitor any messages from any customers and stuff like that. So that's all I really do. So the great part about this is I can find stuff real fast. So things that usually used to take me 10 hours just to analyze one price list, fully analyze one price list, I can fully analyze a whole price list, a massive one, in 20-25 minutes. Okay, so let's jump into this one. This one started off with around 4,000, I think 4,500 UPCs. After scanning it, I got 1,400 results which had 50 or more sales in the last month. So let's start going over this one. Now, what I see from this list is a lot of grocery type of products. Some of them are beauty, some of them are like cleaning goods and stuff like that. So a lot of just stuff that you'll find at groceries. So let's jump in. Now, I've overridden the buy box price with the ASINs with no buy box. I've overridden them with the 90-day average. So where you see it says no buy box, there's the 90-day average in there. For example, this one here, no buy box, we've got $28 as the buy box average. 24 was the 180-day average. 30 the 28, 38 the 30-day average, but I've used that average. Let's go ahead and start filtering. So my first filter is always going to be the Astro score. The Astro score is the average of all the other scores. In my opinion, it's probably the best filter to use. So I'm going to say show us only products that are more than average. So the score of 4 or 5. And then I'm also going to say show us products where Amazon's not really in stock. I don't want to see these ones where you see Amazon in stock 100% of the time or even 41% of the time. I'm going to say show us less than, let's just say 30% of the time. So Amazon's been in stock less than 30% of the time. There are some hazmat products. I'm just scrolling down a bit. There are some hazmat products. There are some IP issue products. So high level threat, this one's a medium level threat, I think. I'm a bit colorblind. That's orange. It's medium level. So I'm going to remove all the ones with any threats. So IP issues, less than medium. So it's only going to show us low and no IP issue. I'm going to keep the ones where the brand is a seller, because sometimes you can sell alongside the brand. You just want to see how many sellers there are. So I'm going to keep that one in there. But we'll notice if the brand's also selling the product, it pops up here. Okay, so those are the filters I'm going to do in terms of having a safe product. Next, I want to look at the ROI and the sales in the last month. So ROI more than, let's just go 45% and higher ROI. Let's also put a profit in here, like $1, at least $1 worth of profit. I don't want to sell anything that's too cheap. The prep is also in here, so we have 60 cents worth of prep. But I also want to put another $1 on top of that, so more than $1 worth of profit. And lastly, very important is the sales volume. You want products that move. You don't want products that don't sell at all. So I'm going to say show us products that are more than or equal to 200 sales. Now, Let me go ahead and hit apply. Now, if I don't get too many results and I don't see too much profit, I might scale down on those. Like, might take the ROI down to 35%, for example. I might take the bought in the last month, down to 100 or more. But I think this is good. I'm not going to budge on the Amazon being in stock. I'm not going to budge on any IP issues. Of course, you don't want to put your account at risk. Hazmat, I'm not interested in selling hazmat at the moment. It's always way too expensive to send the stuff over to Amazon. For me lately, it's been very expensive, so I just avoid hazmat entirely. I used to sell a lot of hazmat, not anymore. All right, so we've got 32 results. It's quite a bit, so let's start going through them. Okay, what's this? I want to just look at the ones with really high ROI, just to make sure that the correct packaging amount of is accommodated for. So this one here, for example, it is sterile 6-pack. It's a 6-pack, so it doesn't come from our supplier as a 6-pack. So when you have to write the number as the number 6 right there, is it still profitable? No, it's not. There's an FBM seller. Let's just check out the offers. The FBA is the same price as the FBM, not profitable anymore. This one here is a 4-pack. Let's go ahead and type in 4. That won't be profitable either. Let's check out that same thing. 17.47 is the lowest FBA seller, so 17.47. It's going to be slightly, it's not even profitable, not even worth it. And these, by the way, they're like porcelain, so they're going to need a lot of bubble wrap. That bubble wrap is probably going to cost me an extra 50 cents or so. So definitely not profitable. Definitely not worth it on these two. Just going to look for the ones that have very high profit, just to make sure that the packaging, that the amount of units in there are accommodated for. That's a 2-pack. So no longer as profitable, but still actually profitable. 71% is good. 448% on this one. Let's check out this. This is a 12-pack. Obviously, that's not going to be profitable anymore. There you go. It's a loser. What else has? This one's, just looking at the ones where the profit's a bit too high. So just gonna remove them first. It just make sure they're. See, I've sold a few like this in the past, 141% ROI, and that's a good one. It's a 1-pack. It's no issue there. 104%. That is 2 sponges. It comes as a pack of 2 from the supplier, so that's okay. 151%. What's that? It's a 9 bags. But you see, it comes as a 3-pack. If you look at the title right there, 3 bags. And it says here 9 bags. So we need to buy 3 units of those for to have the correct ASIN. So it's become just a slight loser. So obviously we don't want that one either. This one here is a 3-pack. It's fine. Okay, let's start doing our product research. So the first one, what is this? Jar opener. Let's look at the stats. Let's look at all the data. So we have a jar opener. Okay, fair enough. That's the information there, the description. $9.99, $2.04 is the profit. Now, looking at the chart, I'll just enlarge the chart, just bring up the larger version. Very safe product. It was not profitable in this period here, June of last year. It's still fine. Choppy, nice and up-down motion in the with the offers. It's a bit high, but there's no sudden drop to indicate any IP issues, and we have no IP issue here either. In terms of the other sellers, I see this seller here, the Prune Danish, dominating the buy box, or not dominating too much, but 58% is quite a bit. You should probably really consider it if you see anyone with more than 70% of the buy box, but in the last 30 days, they've had 58%. In the last 180, it's been 61. That's okay, in my opinion. Just want to check out the scores. Okay, so there's plenty of sales. So considering the competition, if we were to jump on this listing, we'll probably be the next person. So the next contender of the buy box will be the second. So if it sells 900 units a month and we're going to price at $9.99, we might potentially get another 450 sales. That's just a recommendation of how many you could potentially buy. It's up to you how many you actually buy. All right, so this one is going to our short list. The next two we're not considering. They're obviously losers. Is this a 2-pack? It's a 2-pack. Okay, let's type the number 2 there, it's probably going to be a loser. Okay, ignore. This is a 1-pack, 60% ROI. Nice amount of profit. Let's open it up. Obviously, for me personally, I can just go right through it right away. When I see green here, I know that it's a good product and just continue. I've got no reds here. I can just continue. But I get you probably would want to do a bit more investigating into it. In the Excel spreadsheet on this supplier list, some of the in the description area, some had no description. So maybe you need to, you probably need to confirm with the supplier that's the right product. Now there is a UPC match with the ASIN, but the actual description is not there. So maybe you want to confirm that with the supplier. But let's just check out the data anyway. Okay, one seller, that is a bit of a red flag. The fact there's only one seller, but okay, and it is the brand as well. It is the brand, so we're gonna avoid this one. Next, you know what? I'm gonna while I'm here, I'm gonna add that the filter to get more than to only look at products that have more than one FBA seller. I forgot to add that earlier, so I'll apply that filter as well and see how many we're left with. All right, 14. So there's a lot with it which only had one FBA seller. All right, we've gotten rid of them. So now let's continue doing our research. 14 products to look at. We've looked at one already. Now this one right here, again, and the same seller selling it both as FBA and FBM. Interesting. They have 36% of the buy box. Let's check out the 90-day. Okay, so that's good. The buy box is spread nice and evenly among sellers. Now the product's been it's been profitable. Just looking at the break-even line and the buy box line, but it was a bit choppy in a certain period around 6 months ago. So right here from November of last year all the way till July, July to November, it wasn't that profitable. But just looking at the chart, overall, if you're selling during this period, you probably will be profitable if you have a good repricer. You probably will be profitable. But look how high the offers are, considering the average amount of sellers offers per month, per period. So they were real high here. Now it's below the offers line. So this is a good product. 125 sales in the last 500 sales in the last month. 125 is our recommended share of the sales. So $1.61 times 125, it's well over my minimum criteria to make more than $100 per ASIN. So this one will make my list, considering this one. Next, this is a 2-pack. Let's add number 2 there. No longer profitable. Next, this is a 1-pack, apple cinnamon. Okay, there's a UPC match, so the product's probably okay. The profit's a bit low, only $1, but it is 48% ROI. If the sales are high, I'll consider it, basically. Okay, so the break-even line's a bit choppy. It's not that close to. It's not that. It's a bit. There's a bit. It's kind of close to the break-even line compared to the buy box. So it is not ideally where I would want it. Like, I think that the profit's a bit too low. 75 sales times $1. Yeah, it doesn't meet my minimum criteria. I'm skipping this one. Okay. I don't know what it is, but it's not that profitable, so I'm skipping that one as well. I'm not going to look at anything with 6% ROI, 36 cents. It's not enough for me. This one here, the brand is selling the product, so that's a bit of a red flag. And looking at the break-even line, it's dropped below the break-even in the last month. Another red flag for me. I know it's been good in this previous period, but I think the fact that the brand's selling it and the fact that it dropped below the break-even for about a month, for me, I'll probably ignore that one. Now, this one is same brand selling, so let's just check this one out. So this one has a lot more sellers. So that kind of, kind of comforts me. So it's kind of, it doesn't seem that bad. Obviously the brand is dominating the listing. Let's just go back and check out the 90-day and the 180-day. So yeah, it seems like they're sharing this buy box. Okay, so now the prices drop, the prices increased quite a bit from what I saw from the chart in the last few days. But even if you're selling it at this price here, which will probably drop down to, so $12.26, there's still quite a bit of profit. Like let's say you're selling at $12.50 instead of $14.95, $12.50. $1.34. Okay, it's profitable at 29%. It's still good. Like, because check out the amount of sales you'll be getting. If you were to drop the price to $12, basically you'll be beating all the other buy box contenders. You'll be the person selling it. But looking at the buy box now, I think even 14 is probably a decent price to sell it at, or to achieve. You probably want to sell it as high as you can, maybe $15 or $16. But that's a good amount of profit. $2.62 times 1,000 units. I wouldn't buy 1,000 units, but technically you could at this given point. But I'm pretty sure these people will adjust their prices eventually. That's a lot of sales right there. So yeah, I'm going to include this one. Next, Ziploc bag. It is a 4 count, but it comes as a 4 count. Just checking out right there. It is a 4 count, and it comes from the supplier as a 4 count. So it's not a multi-pack. This one, it's all green. The numbers look real good. Let's check it out. Buy me now. 85. That's a bit of a red flag. This person has had 85% of the buy box rotation in the last 30 days, but it dropped to 66 when you're looking at the last 90 days and the last 180. So that's okay then in that scenario, because it's not as if they've always had that high share of the buy box. Now looking at the chart, now the purple line, obviously the buy box line, is nice and high, but I'm looking at this blue line right here. So that's an FBM seller. So I'm not too worried about the FBM sellers. All I care about the FBA sellers. But looking at this period here, I do see some lower prices, but that was before November. So I'm kind of okay with this one. I will consider this one for that reason. Heaps of sales, very nice profit, great product. Some of these grocery products are ridiculous. All right, let's consider that one. Next, so just when you see these products are a variation, but the sales volume considers the fact that it's a variation. Just so you know that it's considering the fact that it's a variation. So this one here, 34,000. It doesn't sell too well for this one, 200. This one here, for example, sells 900 units a month, 9,500 in home and kitchen. So the sales volume that it pulls considers the fact that it's a variation. So this one here is 15,000 in home and kitchen, but the sales aren't that high. It's only around 200-ish. It's a variation though. So it's considering the fact that that it's a variation, and it tells you what the sales actually are. What is that? Can't even tell what it is. Okay. All right. Whatever it is. 2-gallon thing. It's kind of big. We get it for $7.18. Excuse me. Okay. Let's check out the chart. The seller name's not coming through, but sometimes I don't really care too much either. Arrow Plastics manufacturer. Actually, you know what? Let's just see that it's this one here. The seller is not the brand. Okay, Firefly buys. Okay, it's not the brand. So that's good. Just check out the buy box rotation. They've had a bit of a high share of the buy box. 62, 63%. It's not above 80. It's not above 80, so I'm okay with it. The break-even line, there's a massive gap between the break-even line and the buy box. So it's a very comfortable product to buy in terms of its profitability historically. The sales aren't too high, so 67 units would be our share of the sales. But 67 units times $4.47 is well over $100 profit. So I will consider that one as well. $2. This one's very profitable. 141%, cheap product to buy, comfortably above the break-even line. Nice spread of the buy box rotation, no issue there. That's good. Seems okay. 40 sales per month, a bit low in terms of sales per month, but 40 times $2.56 is just above $100. I will always consider a product that is close to $100 if the ROI is that high, because literally what you're doing, you're spending. So if you're going to buy 40 units of this product, you're literally spending, what is it? It's $1.22 per unit plus the prep, $1.82. So you're spending $1.82 times, let's just say you buy 60 units of these, $1.82 times 60 units, that's not even $120, like $110, $105. You're spending $105 and you have a very high likelihood of making $256 in profit. Oh, sorry, no, that's wrong. $2.56 times 60 units, that's around $150 in profit. So very, very good return on a very small investment. So definitely want to consider a product like this. There's no issues, no IP issues. Definitely want to consider that one. This is similar to this one from what I see. It's just a clear bottle. Okay. Yep. Let's check out the information. Okay, I don't like okay, so there's a few red flags on this one. First is that this seller is really dominating the buy box, part one. Second is that even though it's always been above the break-even line, the buy box, it's always been above the break-even line, it's very tight. There's a very small gap between the buy box and the break-even line. So that is a bit of a red flag in my opinion. Even though it's profitable now, I will pass on this one. Yeah, I'm going to pass on that one. Let's go to the next one, 64 ounce. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, decent spread of the buy box rotation. That's fine. It's been decent. It's been profitable. There's a huge drop right there. That is something to look at. Let's make the chart larger. Okay, so this here is something to kind of look into. So why did it go from 18 offers down to 2 offers in one day, on the same day? That's definitely something, a bit worrisome. So in my opinion though, if I can list it, I'm okay with it. There's no IP issues, no known IP issues. If I can list it, I'm good. So I'm gonna consider it ordering it, but if I can't list it, obviously I can't proceed with it anyway. In terms of profit, very high sales and very good profit. 72% is obviously very good. So yeah, considering it. This is it comes as a 6-pack. Just checking out the data here. Okay, there's 6 in there. Okay, 6 strips. Decent profit. Let's check out the information. Very cheap product. I don't like the data that I see here. So it's been very close to the break-even line here. Very, very choppy. Very choppy BSR. I'm skipping this one. Lastly, we have this kinky curly knot or whatever. It's a 3-pack, $37, $12.30 worth of profit. Very profitable. When it's a multi-pack, my prep goes up to about $1.10. So still very profitable, of course. This seller here, versus Shaw, has a high percentage of the buy box rotation. 48%. It's fine. It's good. 26. It keeps dropping. That's good. A decent amount of sales. 67. Not that high, but very good considering the amount of profit. $11 times 67 is obviously a lot. So that's a good product. I'm going to consider that. So this is our short list. Only 8 items this time, but I'm pretty sure they'll be nice and profitable. So let's add these to a short list. Let's call it live PR private research video number 4. And let's add these to the shortlist we just created. All right, let's go ahead and visit the shortlists page. Okay, there it is. Now, I'm gonna say this every time before I start creating the purchase order. When you're buying an ASIN for the first time, always do a test order. Firstly, you have to create the listings in your inventory, and then make sure you can sell the products, and then place the actual order from your supplier. Only do a test order. Buy between 30 and 60 units. Don't buy more than that unless. So you might, if a product's extremely cheap, like it costs about $1, you might want to buy 120 units. If the product's expensive, if it costs $20 or $30 per unit, you might want to buy only 6 or 12 units as a test order. Now, why do we always go for test orders? Because things can go wrong. It might be the wrong product, for example. It might be defective. There might be some issues that you don't want to lose your entire inventory. So if the recommendation is to buy 1,000 units, you don't want to buy 1,000 units on your first order, the first time you're actually selling this product. Send in 60, send in 30 or 60. Watch them sell off. If everything's okay and they sell off well, maybe increase the order next time. So if the recommendation is to buy 1,000, maybe after the first 60 sell, maybe buy 240 the next time. If they all sell off, and if the recommendation is for it to sell 1,000 a month, the first 240 will sell off within a week or two, or even less. So then you can increase it. My opinion is slowly after your second or third order, start buying the maximum amount of each ASIN that you can buy. Don't do it straight off the bat. Get the data, get the feedback, make sure that everything's okay before you start increasing those orders. Now, having said that, this is a video, so I'm going to max out, whatever the recommendation is. That's how many I'm going to start buying of these. So let's go and just throw in the numbers. So this one says 600. Usually, when you order from your suppliers, you order them in multiples of either 6 or 12. It just depends on what their case size is. This one here is 1,000. Okay, so let's just go to 900. Pretty sure 900 is a multiple of 6 or 12. This one says 450, so 450 is 420. That's 125, so 120. Just get 600 of these. This one doesn't sell too much, 40, so let's just go 36. This one says 67, let's go 60. And lastly, this one again says 67, so 60 for this one as well. All right, so this is our order, nice and fast. This video took me 27 minutes to film. I was probably talking a bit too much, so let's just take off 7 minutes from that. So that in 20 minutes, I found an order of 2,796 units. The goods will cost us just under 13 grand. The goods, there's prep as well, so it's around 14,600 with the prep. Our profit or our revenue is 44 grand. Nice. That's very high. That's a lot of revenue. But the profit is the important part. So you want to compare your profit to your goods, and that's $9,000. So that's a lot of profit in there. So 9,000 profit compared to goods and prep, 14 grand. So that's 62% ROI. That's our return on investment. So another nice order. So if you want more information on this tool, you can find it in the description below. And if you want to ask me anything personally, you can find me in the Telegram group, and you'll find that in the description below as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.